Hi, I'm Ian. I'm the 2019 Philippine Sommelier Competition Champion, also the co-owner and founder of UVAS Wine Club, a monthly wine subscription company. We do food and wine pairings to create a memorable experience. It actually helps if you follow the traditional pairing of having red meat with red wine, white meat with white wine. But how do you fully elevate that dining experience while exploring wine on a deeper level? So here are a few things to consider when pairing wine with food. So since we're in the Philippines, we'll definitely go with wine and Filipino food. It's something that we don't normally do, but something that actually works and something that we can also enjoy. Filipino food is known for three major things: salt, acid, and fat. These are the dominant flavor components that we can actually consider when pairing wine and Filipino food. Salt. This is a very common flavor component. It's actually necessary to the human diet. It's present in almost any type of food, especially Filipino cuisine. Filipinos love anything salty. So I have a really good example of a salty dish here, which is actually danggit, a very common Filipino breakfast or lunch. It's perfect with white wine, which is here. I have an example of a Beaumont Chenin Blanc from South Africa. So this pairing works really well. It makes your wine even fruitier. Salt is a very food-friendly type of flavor component that really works well with almost anything. So white wine like Chenin Blanc will definitely work well with this type of food. Acid. This is another flavor component that's very common to Filipino food. There's plenty of Filipino dishes that will contain acid to it. We use a lot of vinegar, citrus, which usually gives life to whatever you're eating. And this actually mellows down everything, especially when your wine is also high in acidity. Now, since I have a fish as a good example for this dish, which also has great amount of vinegar to it, which will balance the acidity in wine also, it will definitely bring out the best flavor of both the food and also the wine. So kilawin and rosé works perfectly together. This is something that you should definitely enjoy at home and also try. Fat. This is another very common Filipino flavor component that everybody loves. Filipinos love fat in general, anything fatty. Usually, when you eat something that's high in fat content, it usually coats your tongue and it blocks our sense of taste. So we need something that's high in acidity to actually cleanse our palate and just to refresh our taste buds. A really good example of a fatty dish that we love here is grilled liempo. Grilled liempo is something that's very flavorful, very simple, something that definitely will work very well with wine. So here I have a good example of a red wine from Australia, which is made from 100% Shiraz, which is a very fruity, full-bodied, high tannic type of red wine. This will work very well with a dish like grilled liempo, as everything will be mellowed down and everything works very well together, and you'll definitely have a good dining experience. Aerating your wine actually helps bring out the favorable characteristics and also tone down the harsh tannins that may actually overpower your food. You see, food and wine pairing doesn't really have to be complicated, but food and wine pairing is really an enjoyable experience. At the end of the day, it's all about who you're drinking your wine with. So, raise the bar with Krönig and cheers!